Long before the Wii came out and party games became the fad of the week again, Nintendo made a game called Mario Party for the N64. It was pretty much a board game for the N64 and could be played with 4 people. When it first came out, it was pretty big and it sold a lot. And then Sega and other companies tried to cash in. Naughty Dog made their own Crash Party game, which was called Crash Bang. And Sega made Sonic Shuffle, from the same developer that made Mario Party. How could this possibly go wrong? In many ways. So, let's start this horrible game, shall we? When you first start the game, you get the usual intro, which is actually always better than the game. I mean, it's from Sonic and Sega. What did you expect? Now, the only good part is the fact that they use cell shading. Can't they use that in a modern main series game? That looks so much better than the wannabe realistic style they're trying to use now. And all in all, this is the only good part of the game, the intro. And the fact that they tried to use cell shading. But then again, couldn't they make a main series game with cell shading that looks like Jet Set Radio and much better than that? I mean, seriously, Jet Set Radio looked better than the game when it starts. But sadly, the game does not look like this. I mean, Sonic would look so much better if it was all cartoony and stuff, like it should have been. I mean, modern Sonic plus cell shading goes epic win. Okay, now for the actual game. Just like Mario Party, you can do 4-player with humans or computer. I doubt you want to do humans, and I don't want you to lose friendships, so I wouldn't recommend it. However, I'm going to do computer just to show you how bad the AI is. One of the first things you'll notice is the music is horrible. It's like they went into the elevator music place and just picked out a generic song. The first minigame you'll have to do is pick the slot at 00 machine. You can never get it at 000, and the CPU is always going to nail it right before it, so you'll always end up in last, even on easy. The CPU in this game is extremely cheap. You know, have you ever played a game where the CPU will just cheat on you? This is that game. In other words, let me just tell you how every game goes. The CPU will go after loading, will pick the perfect card, and even steal cards from other CPUs and you. And then, what will happen is, they will always end up in the right positions. The controls and, well, instructions are pretty vague too. All they do is they give you instructions that are barely enough and give you the controls. It's like a dumbed down version of Mario Party's instructions. The graphics, while I said they're cel shaded, aren't that great. All they did was they went to the Sonic Adventure 1 asset folder and copied pasted all the models. They even have the same animations. It's just like Pokemon except even worse. And yeah. The other problem is the loading times. These loading times are 06 bad. There are lots of black screens, lots of now loading, lots of you know what I mean. All in all, you do not want to play against the computer. All it will lead you to is frustration, as time after time, it perfectly picks the right one. And another thing, keep in mind, this is on normal. This isn't hard. So after these extremely long loading times, there are other things called battles, where you battle random things. It's like an incredibly dumbed down version of freaking Final Fantasy. And while you listen to this horrid music, all that happens is he attacks, and recycled Sonic Adventure animation. Loading. I cannot stress this enough, this game has shitty loading times. Okay, let me talk about something else. Well, the gameplay is so slow because of these loading times, because it has to load everything. So if you're with friends, they might lose their patience fast because of this. As when they're trying to play, they'll be hearing and it'll never ever load. Come on, game, can you do this faster?
The next precious stone is
And can you get better music too? Okay, what the heck. Another annoying feature is the mini event. Usually, these are where you see something. When the CPU comes up, they are always boring. When you're playing on the other thing, however, you can pick options, and, well, if you do it right, you get rings. If you don't, you lose rings. And then, load. So after about 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes of loading and, you know, suffering through that crap, you get a minigame. The controls are the only thing they tell you about, and the guides are very vague. Imagine Mario Party with vague instructions. And the minigames aren't that fun either. Just try playing the minigames and you'll see what I mean. After about 25 minutes of loading, because these loading screens, I've said this way too much, but that's because these loading times are annoying. These are maybe 06 bad. I mean, that's how bad the loading is in this game. So after that load screen, you get the minigame. And the games aren't that fun either. I just read the instructions, and I'm still not real sure on what to do, because they didn't even tell you that much. Can you guys be more detailed when giving you instructions? Keep in mind, they are going to be noobs playing this game. The AI also happens to cheat here, and will have the rings come to them instead. Every other problem applies too, such as the crappy music. After each minigame, you get the usual ring counter.
Is that all you got?
And all in all, it's pretty much a copy of Mario Parties, you know, copy. And it's not as good either, so let's just play the story mode, you know, the other mode that nobody cares about. The plot of this game is what? Blah 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 Sonic, blah 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 friends, blah 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 7 something, blah 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 who cares. So what is this, you ask? Well, Sonic gets thrown in a place, Tails hits puberty, and
look at my clothes.
the blip animations are even worse than in Sonic Adventure 1.
What is this place?
Look at this, it looks like Gary's Mod, done by a bunch of 5-year-olds on crack. Seriously. Oh my god.
Are we dreaming?
Then
That lip
we all
movement
had
is
the
so
same
bad.
dream?
It
No
looks like they're
way.
smiling whenever they
That's
talk.
impossible.
And Tails,
Well, one thing's
he
for
just-
sure. We stumbled
No!
into a very strange place.
Kill that mount! This whole game isn't that great. But then again, the story mode's a Sonic story.
World.
Imaginary World? Har har. 4 kids puns. There are also more characters in the game. What are they, you may ask? Sonic characters.
Who are you?
And I forgot to say this, but the character design in this game is
I am
horrible.
Lumina Light. It's
Bad
nice
by
to
Sonic
meet you.
standards. And seriously, what
You're
is your
all
point?
here because you received my message.
You're like Navi from Zelda.
What is this
And
place?
I can't even take more of this painful cutscene. Let's find out what the actual plot is.
Imaginary World.
Oh, wait.
A world created from the dreams of
Blah
those
blah
from other
blah.
dimensions.
Something something. evil is
This
blah blah
is the
blah.
Temple of Light.
Oh yeah, and there's
This
Eggman
is
in
where
it
the
too.
precious stone was.
Holy
It's the crystal
crap.
that created this world.
So predictable.
Precious?
Next,
Stone?
so afterwards,
Wow,
everyone's
what a
at quite
beautiful
possibly
beach.
the worst beach ever.
A
The
tropical
graphics
island
look
paradise
worse than
created from the
Adventure
dreams
1.
of those who enjoy the sun.
And
But
yeah,
now,
let's start the gameplay. Oh wait, never mind. It's the exact same thing. Except this time you're playing by yourself, which makes it 5 times as boring. All in all, why am I even reviewing any more of this? This game is horrible. The graphics of this game are bad. The gameplay is horrible. The character design is horrible as well. Horrible by Sonic standards. There are too many load times. The minigames just aren't fun. And the music is elevator music. Please don't buy this game ever. And please don't make your friends suffer ever from this crap too. And one more thing. This game has never been released on any other system. It's only on the Dreamcast, and I bet Sega doesn't want it to be released either because it's so horrible. And all in all, thanks for watching and subscribe for more.